on.
It's preparing. It's setting up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're alive.
I wish it was that. Whoa.
Done.
Okay, so we are going to call the meeting to order. Any updates to the agenda?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I know of, anyway.
Public comment. It's awful quiet.
Public.
Wastewater treatment facility project updates. Any changes?
We are out to bid, and as last I heard, there were 3 companies that picked up the packet already. I don't know if anymore. I didn't hear anything today, so that was last Thursday, I think. I might have heard that. And we have the pre-bid meeting is this coming Tuesday at 11 a.m.
So hopefully the ones that picked up the packet will be at the pre-bid.
Hopefully they bid this time, because actually I think they came the last time, but then we only ended up with 1 bid. So I'm hoping that we do better this time.
Hope
I don't
so.
think there's as much competition for their time this time. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed.
Do any of us need to be at that meeting?
Now, Joel and I are going to be there.
Perfect.
Can I ask you one question about the wastewater treatment project?
Why, sure.
What's going on in Washington, D.C.? Is anything going to affect our government commitments to our project?
So far, so good. We have
Okay.
we have heard nothing has been changed or affected as of yet.
All right.
That doesn't mean can't change.
Right. CWSRF should be fairly secure. USDA, I think it would be hard for them to.
That's the one that I'm worried about.
I'm worried about it, but not drastically so, in that, that thing has been committed since 21. So
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, we should be fairly secure in that they're not going to be able to pull that back. Our riskiest one is probably NBRC, which was the $1 million we got for wastewater for the sludge removal. That particular pot of money is a little more, they could kind of tie that to a little bit of like diversity, equity, and inclusion kind of language that they might try to go after. But so far, they've allowed them to go forward with this coming year's projects, which was not, they had put a halt to all of them. And they actually did cancel one of their grants for this year. But
what you're telling me is that it better run this summer or we're screwed.
Yeah, well, the quicker we can get it, the better.
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. I mean, it's infrastructure projects. It's really hard to try and say, no, we don't need that. I do think going forward, we're going to have a tougher time. I think it's going to be harder to get money.
I agree.
This administration is not as concerned about, money being spread equitably amongst, poorer communities and wealthier communities. They kind of don't.
Even the state themselves is having problems, and what promises they made may not come to nutrition.
Yeah.
So
we're hopeful.
So water treatment project updates.
So I actually got good news on that front today. Michael Maynard sent us an email this morning letting us know that USDA has said for us to proceed, that we should put an application in, that they are not going to, it doesn't appear that they're going to require us to fully pursue the well idea, because we're not.
Hallelujah.
We haven't gotten any good news on that front. It came back. Joel did contact the state park, and they kind of said, well, yes, it could be approved, but it has to go to the state legislature. And in order for it to get approved, we would have to prove that there is a public good, and not just for Brighton, for the entire state, as important as the state park is.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
So I'm like, that's really kind of saying, no, we're never going to allow you to do that, because it's really hard to make an argument that a well that we're going to drill in the state park benefits the whole state of Vermont. Because I
Yeah.
just don't envision that. And
Oh,
we
boy,
don't.
I'm so happy about this, you don't know.
So yeah, and the stores did pick up their letters that we sent them, but we never got anything back from them, yay, nay, or otherwise. So, it's kind of a dead issue anyway, because we got no place to put it, but at least it won't preclude us from USDA, because we do already have a commitment for funding from DWSRF. But their terms won't be as good as USDA. USDA will have better terms if we can get it approved by them. That's why we've been working so hard on that.
Yep.
Perfect.
Thank you, Mike.
Water leak status update.
The water leak has been corrected, but it will have to be redug this spring. The reason for that is we need a company to come. Mike, do you remember the name of the company?
Oh, I don't remember the name of it. I could go back and look through my history, but yes, there's a company that does this.
We need a specialized company to be able to remove the old service that used to go to an old building.
Yeah, the building was
Who
no
knows
longer
who
there.
it was? And matter of fact, that water line went underneath the sign of the Irving station, where that's why the frost got to it this year, is because the frost just followed the concrete right down. And then when it hit that water main, that what used to feed whatever it did, that's why it froze and broke. So we need a company that specializes now in removal of that line off the high pressure main. And there's only one company that does.
How did I know that?
So this spring, we marked the location of the pipe with a 2x4 that's buried right now in sand. So it'd be very easy to get down to it. Zach thought of that. It was a good move on him, because we'll know exactly where to go and how fast. It'll be a fast fix. But
And
it's
not below freezing
that
temperatures.
we have quite a few of these old shutoffs that are still buried. So hopefully these things last until we
replace the main
on Cross Street, when we replace those lines, and we can get rid of all those old shutoffs that were just left and buried, because they're going to come back. And then this
what's
pipe
funny
here,
is that line is, because I asked Joel about that, and he said he doesn't even remember what building could have possibly been
who
there that
knows?
had water.
but
he said
that
it has
pipe
been
is a
really
galvanized pipe, and it's an old galvanized line, and it's actually weeping as when we turn the water back on, you can see the weeping coming out of the galvanized. So I'm hoping that this thing holds until spring. That's how bad the pipe is. So, and it's one more galvanized line that we can get rid of. So.
Yeah.
And this will fall right into our next thing is equipment requirements.
Okay.
Now,
We got a bill status update before the.
Oh,
Do you
okay,
want-
yeah, okay, that's
Okay.
right.
We don't
Bill
really have any.
status update.
We don't really have a status update for that, because there's really nothing. We seem to have gotten everything, I think, for the most part fixed. We've had a couple of other little hiccups, but I think we found most of them now.
And some people who got their notices came in and paid their bill.
That was my
Actually, we
question.
haven't sent the notices out yet. That was
I
just because we
said-
turned
that
the
was
water
my
off.
question.
That was, that's what it was. When we turned the water off, that some people panicked and came in and paid their bills.
Yeah.
I see.
Which I think was great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. One of our bigger ones too. No, not that one.
No, not that
Where
one.
are we at? Okay, do we need to talk about that in
No.
executive session?
No, yeah,
or
executive session.
No,
Do
we
we
don't need
just need to?
We're going to send out the notices next week. I did put it
Okay,
in your
that's what I was
report in the
checking on.
book that to be expecting them, you're going to be getting them, that they're going out. Because I did think it was important that your guys' report did reflect the fact that there's a huge number of delinquent accounts, and people need to understand we can't run a system if you don't pay the bill.
Right, and I did see that you put that we didn't publish it because of the potential of inaccuracies.
Right,
So we
Especially
didn't
at the
publish
time that we
those
were doing
things.
it, we really, and until we send out these notices and people actually come in and complain and we figure out if there's anything else wrong. I don't think there is.
If you
I
need
think
any
we're
help
caught.
next week getting those out, can you let me know and I'll just come down and help you out?
Yeah.
I don't care
I'm sure
what part it
Teresa and
is.
Lisa will help me get that done. It won't. It's just getting it merged in the first time, and then Teresa and I are gonna work with Muni Billing to get this set up as a form letter in our system, so it's simply push a button and print
Push a
the
button.
notes.
And that was my next question on the billing status. Did we get the website? I'm just trying to look here. It looks like our town website is now pointing to the right place for water payments, but I can't quite tell because it doesn't look like it did before when I tried it. So it looks
Some are
like,
still paying in municipal. But that's okay because I check that daily now that I know that they're still paying it there.
okay, but the default on our website is no longer municipal.
I don't think it is. No.
It
the
looks
new-
like it's updated to Muni billing.
Yeah.
No, it says using Municipay for your municipal.
I'm sure.
It's-
I mean, I haven't changed anything on that. I don't know if Katie updated anything, but I haven't. I haven't even had time to look at that thing. So, I do think the town website needs some serious work this year, and it's probably not going to happen for a month or so. But we need to get some of that stuff needs to get fixed on there because some of it just doesn't work right.
Yeah, it looks like it's still, yeah, Municipay is still the main link.
It's an
on
option.
our-
Well, the thing is, Municipay is on there to be able to pay for dog licenses and all that kind of crap.
Right,
We
so
should be taking out that water is not an option, and there should be a link on that
I
page
can,
that says, pay your water bill here.
I can see if Katie can do that, if she has that ability, if you guys are okay with me doing that. So we can get it pointed to the right
I'm not
place.
sure if she knows how.
I can
That might
ask her.
be-
She'll tell me whether she knows how or not. If she doesn't, then she'll say nope. If she
And
does,
then
she'll say,
we
"Nope,
can
let's
get
quit."
to it when I'm there next week. I'll meet with Katie and we'll figure it out.
Okay. Equipment requirements.
Okay. I was with Zach on this project here on Cross Street from morning until night. I've noticed a lot of things. I let them borrow my pump, my trash pump, electric, so that they could pump out the hole while they were digging. Extension cords, extension ladders, I lent them. We need to come up to help these guys out, to have the equipment that they need to do a project and not run around, drive all the way to Newport to get what they need to rent something. I mean, I just think that it doesn't work out. What I'm suggesting, from what I've noticed the whole day that I spent with Zach, they need a 2-axle snowmobile trailer, something secondhand that they can get, that they can put in on the side of the trailer, an extension ladder, have a generator inside the trailer, have trash pumps, have the hoses they need for the trash pump.
What is a
pump-
trash pump?
Pump water out of the hole while they're digging.
The
Have
sump
it-
pump,
and,
basically.
Have an electric pump also that they can use off the generator to keep up with it if the trash pump can't keep up. Have shovels, have everything they need in this trailer that when they go to a break. And the other thing is, here they are now in the middle of the night and they're using flashlights to see what they're doing. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, they need the new lighting there that Milwaukee has now for battery packs. That it's a stand you put up and it lights up. Well, there he is there. Have a battery pack that can light up the area that they're working in so that they don't have to use a flashlight to go down in a hole while they're working. Have signage. They need signage. Come to find out, the signs that they need, those signs aren't available in the town. I want the water department to have some signs that the public department can't provide that they can have in this trailer that they need. Zach came in at 4 o'clock in the morning to get everything together to do this project on Cross Street. And that shouldn't be. They should be able to go there, hook onto this trailer. Everything's in the trailer that they need, go to the job site, do the job, have everything they need. They don't have to run up to Newport to go rent this and go rent that. I mean, this is not a way to do a job.
Can we get a full list of what would need to be in there?
That's what I've asked
Right.
Zach to do.
Yep.
He's gonna come up with a list.
I believe so.
Water
yeah.
board chair.
Yep, yep.
Okay, and after this, I got some conversation we're gonna have.
But I mean, I just watched the whole thing, and I think this is stuff that we need as a water department to be able to function and look professional.
I just
and do
assumed
what
you
they
had
need.
ladders and stuff like that. Like, call me silly, but I just assumed that we had that stuff.
We had a ladder and it ended up breaking. So of course with OSHA, we can't.
When it breaks, tell us, we'll get you a new one.
Yeah, it's.
Sound like a deal going
It's been a little
forward?
chaotic
We
going
need-
over
we
the
need-
year, but-
we
You
need-
just send us an email and.
We need
say-
road cones that don't match the towns
Yeah,
to be able to have those that belong to the water and sewer department, a different color.
And see,
Please don't interrupt. Let me finish. Because I've been thinking about this. And I've talked to Zach about this, and he's making up a list of what we're going to need. And I gave him a magazine, a company that you can buy some of this stuff from. And he can call, I would call, the state has also places where you can call to buy some of this stuff at a reduced price.
yeah.
And find out from the state garage. I'm sure that he can help you.
Yep.
And to save some money.
Yep.
And maybe we can get a grant from Mike to help us with the purchase of this. I mean, we can set up this trailer, hook onto it for a water break, go right to the job site, and everything you need. I mean, I've been in business for 50 years. My truck, $50,000 worth of stuff. It's the truck, the equipment, everything I need's on that truck. I don't run around town getting stuff for a customer.
No,
I go to the job site and I'm there all day. I have on that truck what I need.
we just need a list of everything that's needed and put together. As far as cones go, I would recommend the method of just marked cones. And I've had that same conversation with the road crew in the past. Is it like, we had an issue this summer where cones were borrowed from different places and you had no way to know whose were whose.
That's right.
Marking them is just as easy. And honestly, I've purchased marked ones before. They're not much more expensive than unmarked. And you at least know who they belong to.
And also in that trailer, and Zach, I brought this up before. I want reflective vests on when people are working.
Yeah,
If you have to purchase them, purchase them.
Yep.
I want people wearing reflective hard hats, because when you climb out of a hole and you're in the street and it's at night,
Yep.
people should be able to see, because you know how people are when they come up to a construction site, they're looking at what's going on and they're not looking at what they're driving.
oh, yeah.
And you need this equipment to be worn and hard hats and the whole 9 yards so that you stand out and somebody doesn't run you over.
You
Yep.
guys
I mean,
don't
I'm
have
really-
high-vis.
I'm really,
We do.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
we do.
really, that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yep.
And we do have a trench box. And when it's usable now, I want that trench box available and
Yep.
if it means it's a collapsible one, right?
Our aluminum.
Yeah.
Not really. We can easily pick it up with the town payloader.
Yeah,
Dump it off
Yeah.
wherever we need it.
okay. But I mean, I want to see some more safety issues here
Yep.
and things to be done right and look professional out there and wear the vest. And from now on, as far as I'm concerned, hire a flagger every time we dig in the street. I mean, I don't expect you or anybody in the water and sewer department to be flagging when you're needed in the hole.
Yeah.
So we need to hire, like we did here. It takes a lot off your off your shoulders when we've got somebody doing this.
That was a ginormous, just relief off of my shoulders.
And if we honestly, if we contract with somebody ahead of time, it helps with
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So you just have them there ready on call.
Yep.
And I mean, I worked with GMF for years. They're
Oh,
a good bunch of
but
guys.
just as a little hint for you
budget.
guys, you do have $35,000 in your budget this year between water and sewer for equipment purchases.
Okay, I can spend the
And you
spring.
also, on the water side, you have an equipment reserve fund which has $30,000 in it. So you
Okay.
do have money to like do this.
So if we're gonna buy a trailer, then why don't we buy a new one?
Yeah, and say.
I mean, instead of buying a secondhand one that's got wheel bearing problems and tire problems and everything
How
else,
much money are we talking?
well, I'd be better off.
Make a list.
We're better off to buy that in the spring when people aren't looking for snowmobile trailers, and that's when you get a deal. So I'm gonna work on that myself, going to different places that I know of, to buy a snowmobile trailer, a dual axle, not a single axle, a dual axle, because that handles more weight. And I'll see what I can do in that respect. But I mean, we need to outfit these guys so they can work like a human being here.
Once we have a list of everything that goes into it and the weights and all that stuff and the lengths, then you can better guesstimate the trailer.
Well, it's gonna be a 12-foot trailer, for sure.
It wouldn't need to be any longer than
No.
that.
12-foot would be plenty big.
Yep.
I'm looking at what you said and I don't know the dimensions.
No,
of
we're
it,
not
so-
hauling pipe in that.
No.
Yeah, that's where I'm like,
We-
give us your list of what you need.
Yep. You know, I'll
We'll
come
take
up
a
with
look at
list.
it and
Yep.
But I
and get
want,
you ready.
I want these guys to be able to work safely and have stuff right there on the site so they can work like human beings.
Okay, any other business?
Yes,
Okay,
I had a request from, just a second, and I'll tell you. Ingram's Water, hold on, that's not it. Matthew McKinney. We dealt with him before, Teresa. It's,
Go on.
it's the quote for, the Neptune system.
Could be a possibility. Name doesn't sound familiar, but. Quote, you said?
Yes. He sent us a quote and we hadn't responded, so he
who
sent
did he send it to?
that, I don't know.
I certainly didn't get any quotes.
I haven't seen anything.
Quotes for what?
The system that reads
Mm-hmm.
the meters.
Yeah, for a meter reading system.
Yeah,
Would it have been anything to do with a warranty?
yes,
Yeah,
That's all
Yeah,
been taken care
that's
of,
all
wasn't
been
it?
taken care of.
it's been taken care of.
Unless if there's a new one.
It was in February.
Okay, we'll
of-
need
of
new
this
copies.
year.
Yes.
Then that has not been taken care of.
Okay, is that something you can check on?
Yeah, I
Can you
can,
forward that email to me or Teresa or somebody?
Right, for
We
right
can
now,
look into it.
it's not coming up on my phone. I don't know why.
Yeah, and
Because I
say,
can look through if Noah got it, I can look through and see if it's in any of his stuff.
saying if we just get, make sure they're routing it to the right places, that will help. Make sure that they get responses and
yeah,
stuff.
Mike, if there's any way you can try to get, I mean, I'm gonna be in contact with Muni Billing tomorrow as well, but I'm gonna see if I can't try to get Muni Billing back to our original email that we had them at. Instead of through Noah's email, so that way I
Oh.
see everything, so that way I see
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
yes. We
So
can
that,
make sure they have mine or Teresa's on there as well, so that we
Yep.
can keep track of all this. Did we ever, since you're here, did we ever get the meter numbers so that we can get Morgan's thing set up correctly?
Morgan Driscoll.
Yes. Remember their accounts are messed up because of that. The account got transferred from their old house to their new house, and the
Yep.
house sold and it went to somebody else. And so we're missing an account somewhere, but I don't know which meter to put on what account.
Yeah, I'll go through and I'll get that all situated. I can, because tomorrow I'm gonna be out meter reading, well, rolling over meters and trying to meter read.
Hey,
And,
mine's all
Oh
done.
no, not that
Oh,
time
perfect.
already. Jeez.
oh yeah, it's that time. And while I go out and while I do that, I'm gonna come back in and make sure that everything looks to par and is semi set up. As far as, misreads and shit like that.
Perfect.
I know that account's been bad for a year, so we need to
Yeah.
get that fixed because they don't get a bill and they want to pay it.
Yeah, they really want to pay their bill.
Yeah, weird. There's a bunch
Right,
of
there's one of those
weirdos.
out
Imagine
there.
somebody actually wants to pay their bill.
Yeah.
Any other business? Okay, if not, we'll take a motion to approve meeting minutes from our last meeting on January 21st. Actually, that leads me to another question. Somebody get back to Dave regarding that situation.
I did.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure.
Yep. Bill's all taken care of.
Thank you.
Did we send a letter to the stores, about placing a well on their property or?
Yeah, we sent
Yeah,
sent
sent
two,
that
and
one.
we actually sent another. We just sent another one last, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they did accept delivery on it because we got the green cards back. But and we
No
included a
response.
self-addressed stamped envelope. Just check a box, but they didn't do it, so we haven't heard anything from them. So
Okay,
That
I think we
helped
can
us move on to the
safely
next
say
thing.
they're probably not interested.
right.
Oh, God, we pull back page.
And David Lemuro,
That's what I just asked her about.
okay.
Do you have anything, Kian?
Not just touching the party.
Oh well, hey.
Once
Well,
you
when
guys
Kian
are
shows
okay,
up, I always figure there must be
Okay.
something broken.
The steak's all been eaten.
Yep. Yeah.
after.
You got any concerns, by the way, at your place? At the treatment plants?
But, well, just a trailer that I can keep all my things, yeah.
Okay,
That's. what I
You
wanted
guys
to
do know
take
that
you.
we did get the grant to do the reservoir, don't you?
I saw that in that town book there.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we did. I haven't gotten anything as to, they're working on the procedure to actually get the money, but
okay.
they said that will be
Perfect.
forthcoming soon. So in the spring we can get that fixed.
so we sent the notices out for the water boil.
Yeah, I
It
went,
was all taken. care
yeah, I went to every single house and dropped off one of those reciprocation letters.
Okay, so everybody's been notified today,
of.
since we got the results from the state.
And it also went up on social as well. So it's completely stopped.
Yeah.
Okay,
So can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I so move.
And a second?
second,
All in favor?
aye.
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 And that brings us to the end of our agenda. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I moved to adjourn.
Second?
Second,
All in favor?
Second.
aye.
Aye. We're gonna stop recording.
Working on it.